Melissa from Pudd'nhead Books, and I'm here to talk to you about some of my favorite books for the upcoming book fair. In The Secret Identity of Devin Delaney, Devin has just spent the summer at her grandmother's house, where she created a sort of alternate her, spinning huge lies that she told to a girl named Lexi who had become her friend there. On the first day of 7th grade, Devin finds out that Lexi has moved to her town and is in her class. Now it is a mad scramble to keep Lexi from finding out that everything she told her was a giant lie. Of course, everything comes out in the end to hilarious and horrible results. The story of Devin Delaney is continued in a second book called Devin Delaney Should Totally Know Better. Both are awesome, and I think that you will think so too. Kate DiCamillo's newest amazing book, The Magician's Elephant, is about a boy named Peter who has been told that his sister Adele has died. He doesn't believe it, and he ends up in the tent of a fortune teller who gives him one question to ask. Peter is given to believe that his sister is actually still alive and is told that an elephant will lead him to her. Later, a magician makes a mistake in the middle of a spell, and an elephant does indeed appear. What will happen if Peter follows the elephant? The only way to find out is to read the newest book by the author of The Tale of Despereaux and The Miraculous Journey of Edward Tulane. I think this one is just as good as those. Augie Cooter is a weird 4th grader who has an unusual talent that he has developed. He nibbles cracked cheese slices and forms them into shapes like Texas. And he calls this charving, a combination of chewing and carving. He has a new girl in his class named Donica who is desperate to be famous, but she has absolutely no talent. One day she learns that there's going to be a reality show called Hidden Talents in town auditioning people, and she is dying to get on the show. So she decides that she is going to get Augie to teach her his charving so that she can steal his talent and become famous on national TV. As I'm sure you can imagine, this does not exactly work out the way that she had planned. So pick this up to figure out exactly how Augie got the better of Donica in the end. I kind of think that the title of this next book says it all. Sir Farts-a-Lot Hunts the Booger. If you like your humor a little on the crude side, if you were a Captain Underpants fan when you were younger, I think that this book is for you. It is about a prince named Harry who plays a lot of pranks in the castle, so his father sends him on a quest with Sir Farts-a-Lot, who is looking for the booger. It sort of goes on from there. They live in the kingdom of Armpit. It's if you like this sort of thing, it's pretty awesome. The cover too, when you get it in your hands, is pretty cool to look at. The Mother-Daughter Book Club is book 1 in the Mother-Daughter Book Club series, which is one of my favorite series from the last 5 years or so. It's about 4 girls whose mothers think it would be the best idea ever if they had a Mother-Daughter Book Club, and they all read Little Women. The girls, who are not all friends, think this is the worst idea that they have ever heard. And over the year that it takes them to have the book club, they learn a lot about each other, their friendships, their mothers, and it's just a fantastic friendship story. The series is up to 3 books now, and book 3, Dear Pen Pal, just came out. If you have been participating in the book club at Pudd'nhead, then this book is going to look very familiar, as will the next one, so just, take a little breather. Nerds is about 5 kids who have a secret spy agency underneath their school. They have a machine, a computer, that can genetically alter your nerdiness into a superpower. So the girl who has severe asthma uses her inhalers to blast her enemies out of the sky, and the boy who eats paste can stick to walls. The newest member of the Nerds, the National Espionage Rescue and Defense Society, is a former popular kid and bully who had to get braces and headgear and was pushed to the bottom of the food chain. He is now a reluctant member of the Nerds, and none of them are sure what to think about one another. This is a funny, spy-esque fantasy. If you like that sort of thing, you could probably ask one of your classmates what they thought of the book. I loved it, and I think you will too. The Golly Whopper games will also look familiar if you've been in our book club. It's about a boy named Gil whose dad used to work for the Golly Whopper Toy and Game Company, which is the best company in the world. His dad was framed for theft and fired, and the family would love to move, but they don't have enough money to do so. So Gil decides that to avenge his father's name and to get them enough money to move, he will get into and win the Golly Whopper Games, which is a contest that the company is running for kids. The winner will receive a lot of money and a whole bunch of toys and games, and you have to take a test, and then you have to be selected from that. And it's not spoiling anything to tell you that Gil does in fact get selected to be one of the 10 to play, and about 2/3 of the book takes place in the factory. You can play the puzzles and games right along with the kids if you want, or you can skip them like I did. Either way, it's a great adventure. It's not going to have a sequel, so it's just one book to enjoy all on its own. Hero.com, Book 1, Rise of the Heroes. This one has a pretty simple description. Kids figure out that they can download superpowers on the internet. 4 kids, 2 boys, 2 girls, and that's the basic plot of the series. There's a series that runs alongside it called Villain.net, and you can read either first, it doesn't matter which. Each series will have a book 2 coming out sometime after the first of the year. If you like superheroes, this series is for you. The Mysterious Benedict Society is an awesome, awesome book about a man named Mr. Benedict who has discovered that an evil genius is trying to take over the world by manipulating the minds of kids through the television. And the evil genius has set up a school to train future evil geniuses. Mr. Benedict would like to stop him, but because he's not a kid, he can't get anywhere near the school. So he hires these 4 wacky, extraordinary orphans to infiltrate the school, pose as students, and bring the evil genius down. It's book 1 of 3 so far. The 3rd book, The Mysterious Benedict Society and the Prisoner's Dilemma, just came out in hardcover a couple of weeks ago. We will have the whole series at the shop. If you have not yet met the Mysterious Benedict Society, I urge you to change that immediately. And if you have read the first 2 and didn't know there was a 3rd one, well, then you just got a great piece of news. My Rotten Life is book 1 in the series, Nathan Abercrombie, Accidental Zombie. Nathan is fed up with being unpopular and picked on by the popular kids and the bullies. So he agrees to take an experimental formula called Hurt Be Gone, which turns him into a half-dead zombie. It's a lot funnier than you'd think it would be totally gross and completely awesome.